Man, my whiskey collection is starting to look really nice. You know what would make it look even better though? If I bought more whiskey. Welcome back. April's done, so that means I have to showcase the bottles that I bought and how much they cost. I bought 7 bottles this month, 4 American whiskeys and 3 scotches. Now, 2 of those scotches are not here because I got them from an auction site, but I will count them anyway. So let's waste no time and see those bottles. Okay, first up, Penelope Toasted Rye. This is 50 proof. This is the first toasted rye I've ever had. I have not cracked it yet, but I was in a store and I asked a guy if they had a special Penelope. He said yes. And they tried to throw in all the other Penelopes at me. This was one. Now, I've already had the toasted bourbon. It's up here, but I haven't enjoyed it too much yet. So I'm curious with the toasted rye. I do enjoy ryes, and I'm curious what that toasted profile does to a rye. So we will talk about this more when I get into the actual review of this thing, but this one was only 60 bucks. So I think 60 bucks is just a great price point for solid whiskeys, and Penelope is definitely up there. They make great products. I have a bunch up here already, and I enjoy them, so that's number one. Okay, number two, you're gonna notice a trend here. I got Penelope Tokaji finish. Now, Tokaji is a Hungarian wine. It could be dry or sweet. This one is aged 8 years and at 53% alcohol. I've had a couple of drams, I have cracked this one, and I'm gonna tell you, it hasn't quite spoken to me on a higher level yet. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think the Tokaji they had out of this one is probably on the more the dry side. There is a little fruit in here. There's definitely the caramel, brown sugar, the cherries you normally get out of those bourbons, but it doesn't kind of have a full body or a long finish that I would like, especially at 106 proof. It's a solid bottle, but the price point for this was $103. And I know that these are harder to find, so I was fine to pay that just for like a new experience. But I'm a little let down with what I had out of this one. Maybe when I do a review later on, it might speak to me a little better. But for right now, it's kind of on the meh scale, but that's number two. Number three, last Penelope, I swear, I promise. But this is Penelope Rio. Super heavily allocated, hard to find. Apparently my store has the hookup, so I was able to get a bottle. It's 49% alcohol, and it's double cast in honey and Brazilian Amburana barrels. Quick cliff note, I'm not a massive honey fan. So I knew that there was honey profile in this, but I wasn't sure how much of the Amburana or how much of the honey, so I had to take a shot at it. I found a hard to find bottle, I paid money for it. It's only 103 bucks, which I think is actually pretty good. I've seen them anywhere between 120 to $140. But the honey influence is so high here, I don't actually think I like this all that much. I like a subtle honey. I like being able to have the viscosity and that touch of sweetness. I mean, look at it. It looks like honey already. I just wasn't sure how much of that influence would carry in through the barrel. It's surprisingly amount. It is very sweet. And for me, I can't get anything other than honey out of it. It's not too bad, but from a guy who doesn't exactly love honey, it's kind of a letdown. Yes, it's my fault, I'm stupid. But if you enjoy honey, this would be a fantastic bottle for you if you can find it. That's the problem. It is very heavily allocated, but when you do find it, and you love honey, it's pretty good. It's 49% alcohol, around 100 bucks. It's solid if you like it. Number four, Reliable Old Forester. Now, I was coming home from the doctor's one day, stopped off at a store that I love, and bang, I found them. They had a single barrel proof Old Forester. 64.85% alcohol, and oh my goodness, I am in love with this bottle. It is so rich, it is so full of flavor, it is so thick, the finish is so long. It absolutely beats Old Forester 1920 over here behind me, and it was $100. Now, these are hard to find, but when you do find them and you love Old Forester or just barrel proof whiskeys, this is incredible. For me, this blows all Penelopes out of the water. It is so freaking good. It is the best Old Forester I have had yet. Number five, you can't beat it, Laphroaig 10. A great intro peated Islay I got it for $52. Great price. 43% alcohol, and what can I say about this? It is just so good. And if you didn't know, I have a video up here where I blind taste Laphroaig 10, Ardbeg 10, and Port Charlotte 10 and decide which one I think is best, so check that one out. But seriously, at $52, this thing is a steal. It is so good. It drinks much higher price than $52. The 45 ppms here are just so freaking good. I love Laphroaig, I love Laphroaig 10, and that's number five. Now the other two I don't have, but they're coming in the mail, so I'm gonna talk about them really quick. I recently won 2 auctions on whiskeyauction.com. My first one I got was a no-age statement Ballachin Marsala finish. Now, if you don't know what Ballachin is, it's from a distillery from Edgerdour, and Edgerdour is my favorite Highland distillery. They are so freaking good. This one I got is 46% alcohol, and again, Marsala finish. Now, I'm not worried about the no age statement because Edgerdour makes an absolute insanely very well crafted distillate, so I'm so excited for that. I got it for 87 euros. That's about $94, $95. Pretty solid, especially because I'm never gonna find that bottle in the States, so I had to jump on it, but that was my 6th one. In my last bottle, I won a second limited release edition of Port Charlotte 10. The profile is bourbon, sherry, Tempranillo, and French wine casks at 100 proof and 40 ppm, so pretty solid. As you know, I do enjoy Port Charlotte 10. I love Bruichladdich. They are great, and I got this bottle for 64 euros on the site, so I was like, that is a great price, and I'm never gonna find that in the States. So that's around what, like $70-ish? So all in all, the two auctions are about $165 or whatever it is. So that's not too bad on bottles I'm never gonna find in the States and ones that are just awesome anyway. So let's add all that up really quick. And we get 580 bucks, not too bad, more than I wanted. Again, I did the auction at the very end of April. Scotch Father was talking to me about all the bottles that he was getting, so I just couldn't help myself. I bought those. Otherwise, I was gonna be down under 500, which is good for me. And again, I'm not trying to brag here. I have a problem. I'm definitely buying too much whiskey, so I'm hoping to have a quiet May. But that brings the total yearly budget up to, okay, wow, all right. Well, there's all 7 bottles. I hope I buy less next month. Honestly, I really do. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you saw some whiskey you might want to start trying and maybe got inspired by one and maybe pick one up yourself. If you like this video, give it a like. Not subscribed yet, consider doing so, and I'll see you guys next time.